Welcome back, treasures. Thanks for joining me today. I thought we'd go on a different kind of adventure and craft on the computer. Sometimes you see some art or something that inspires you for different art, but you don't feel super great about your drawing abilities or your ability to freestyle paint a face or skull. That's when you can get on the computer, find some things, put it all together, and make a unique design to use for whatever you want. I'm going to show you how to do this today on a program called Canva. Now this video is completely unsponsored. I just personally use Canva. If you want to see how easy this really can be and see exactly what I make here, let's get started.
Okay, so again, I am using Canva today, and here's their pricing chart. You can see there's a free option, and they have lots of different designs and photos that you can use and some storage. I have the Pro version. I bought this for something else and I use it today for all of my thumbnails. So that's what we're going to see today, but there is a free version of Canva that you can use. I'm going to show you how I created this skull and crossbone leprechaun design. I'm going to come up here to create a design, custom size, and I'm going to put in, first I'm going to change this to inches, then I'm going to put in 11 for my width and 8.5 for my height there, and click Create Design. This gives me a blank document page that I could click on and change the background color if I wanted to, but I want to leave it white because I'm going to build a design that I'm going to print out on white paper and ultimately cut out. So I want the background to be white. I'm going to come over here to the left. I start out on templates. There's an uploads option where you can upload your own pictures. There's a photos option, so there's lots of different photos they have, some of which are the Pro version. And so what that means is with the Pro version, you can use the media for personal or commercial use. You can use it in marketing, social media. You can even sell it as merchandise without restrictions, as long as you alter the media in some way. So you can't sell, redistribute, or take credit for unaltered media that's on Canva. And you don't want to use it in a trademark such as logos because you may end up trademarking your logo, so just be careful for that if you go pro. I'm going to come to elements, and you'll see I have a recently used, and so everything I'm going to use today is in my recently used. But as I'm building these designs, I can either come through and look at, certain designs they have or certain things that they already have here, or I can come to the search bar and then search something and see all of the items that they have that kind of match that search. And you'll notice sometimes they don't always match, so it's grabbing kind of partial matches as well. But I'm going to come back and we're just going to go into the recently used, where I'm going to grab this crossbones here, and once I put it into my document, so I just clicked it and drug it over here, you'll see it has a blue line around it. I can resize it by grabbing the corner and pulling or pushing it to make it a different size, and you'll see as I do that, or as I grab it and move it around the document page, there's this kind of magenta box or lines that pop up. So that's showing me where the centers of my document are, or where kind of that border would be if I need to pay attention to the border. So that just kind of helps you line things up and get it to where you want it to be. I don't love how this crossbones, it kind of isn't flush and even on where the bones are. So this little icon here with the cross arrows, you can grab that and it rotates your document or your image on your document. So I think 2 is about good, and that looks a little more straight from bone to bone there. Now I can also change the colors here. If I click on it, there I have little color boxes. If I click on one of the colors, it brings me up this color chart here, which I can go in here and select any color I wanted. Or I can come down here to some of the default colors and pick, and you see as I pick, it just changes it in my design. I want to use this particular skull, and I want the colors from this skull. So to match them perfectly and most easily, I can bring the skull in first. If I bring the skull in, then click back to the bones. When I select my colors, then I have a document colors option. And so this is going to bring in the colors from the skull as well. So any color that is on my document will then be in this document colors list. So I can pick which colors match my skull. And now my bone colors are the same between both images. I want to put a hat on this guy, a little leprechaun hat. So I have it here, and then I can rotate it, line it up exactly where I want it to be. If it's too small or too big, I can just resize it a little bit. I also want to put some clover on here. So we're going to make this a little bigger. Get it lined up where I want it to be. And if I can't get it lined up exactly where I want it to be, I found a helpful tip can be to enlarge your image. And then when you're moving your image around, you can move it at an even smaller kind of degree where it was from where it was before, and get it exactly where you want it to be. But this particular clover, I kind of, well, let's see, I kind of want to turn it a little bit. There we go. We'll just put it on the one. That's a little better. I want it to be behind the crossbones. So when I click on it, I can come up to position and then click backward a few times and layer it to the very back. So I have 4 different layers here. I have the very back, the clover, then the crossbones, then the skull, and then the hat. Now this particular image is too big. I want it to be about a corner of this page here, but if I try to resize any of it as it is right now, it will just resize that one piece. And I want to resize the entire thing so that it could keep that same dimensional ratio between all of the images. So if I come outside of the area where the images are and I click and drag to highlight the entire object, once I let go, you'll see I have this dotted line is representing where it has grabbed all of the images and kind of stuck them together right now so that I can drag it around, or I can resize from that corner and it resizes the whole entire image. So I can tuck it in this corner, and then I want to fill up this page with some other things to get the most out of my page when I'm printing it. So I'm just going to come grab some other leprechaun heads here. Now once I let go and I don't have the dotted line around this anymore, it does split back out into the individual pieces. So if you want to move it or enlarge it, you have to grab the whole thing again. So this I'm going to make, I want to see, where's my middle? There's my middle. So I just want to get slightly less than that. Okay, that's good. Make this guy just a little bigger. this guy, but I want him to be a little smaller. It's better. I'm gonna grab this guy because I don't really know what I want to use yet in my journal, so I'm just grabbing a few things. It can't hurt to print out some stuff, and I just want to kind of make it where I fill my page up as well. And I'm going to come back to photos and grab this one. See, it's kind of gonna, if I come and put it in a corner, if a corner hits a corner, it's going to try to fill up the whole background a photo is, but I don't want to do that. And if I just click on it, it's going to bring it at that size. So I'm actually going to make it a little smaller, and I want it in this corner up here, and I'm going to cut them all out so it's not a big deal that I rotate this. And you'll see when I rotate, I have those degrees, right? So I can make it at a perfect 90 degrees and give myself enough. Here's a good use of this. We're gonna go 300, come up to this corner. And I can scoot it in this corner a little bit better. Then when I drop it back down, I see that I have a little bit more space. Oops, it's a little too much. There we go. Okay, so now I have my page that I can print myself, or I can send to a printing company and have this printed out and use my images. These images, this stock photo here and the images on the bottom, I can't use for a commercial purpose, for sales to benefit off in that way, because I didn't alter the image. Now, if I cut them out and I put them in my journal and I put a bunch of other mixed media items on them, that's different. That's an altered image then, because I have changed it. I have made it unique and my own by adding to it. That's what this is here. This is an altered image out of the images from Canva. So this image in the upper left, I can use that. I could make a shirt out of it. I could make stickers and sell them. And that would be fine because I have the pro version of Canva. How do I get it out of Canva? That's going to be this download button up here on the right. I can click it. It wants to download as the file type of a PNG, but pick a PDF print file type and then click the download button. You'll see it goes pretty fast. It downloads to your download folder and it's already done. Now I can use that file and send it to my printer or send it to a printing company. If I want to save this for future use with a name that makes sense, because it will automatically save for you just as your untitled document, I can click up here and then name this something. And then now it will save as Leprechaun Skull page, and I'll be able to easily find it amongst my other documents.
If you enjoyed this video and you're not yet a subscriber, be a treasure and hit that subscribe button below. It'll make sure that you can easily find all of my future crafting content. If you want to see more about my magical creature journal, hit that playlist and it'll show you all of my videos for that up to date. I hope you enjoyed this video today and it's inspired you to get out there and craft up a design of your own. Thanks for watching today. Until next time, keep crafting.